disappear into the ivory tower after that. You know, it seems like you've done an unusual thing by getting a PhD and then going back into making machinery. Do you think that's do you think that's unusual?
Well, it was very important for me. I mean, I've always kind of chosen a path in my career that would enable me to do real engineering. Mm-hmm. And when I got my PhD, I then started working with Airbus, working on the denting of the fuselage on the A380. That's primarily what I spent my last couple of years before we set up MCor. So we would take a design. I wrote a program that would enable part of a fuselage by specifying various dimensions and stringers and thickness of the aluminum or whatever. It would build it up in 3D in the finite element package, and then we would impact objects into it and see what the stresses were. And then when we had predicted the stresses, Airbus would go off and build the panel, actually deform the panel to the level on the computer, and then actually measure, see what the stresses were, and try and validate the. So, I know a lot of people, like most of the guys that I would know in university, would usually go into some sort of a management structure, and they wouldn't really do any real engineering. It might be an engineering company, but they're not doing any relative engineering. So it's very important to me to stick with that, and that kind of obviously that's transferred all the way through to setting up MCor.
Well, how you transitioned into 3D printing is going to be an interesting story here. But
from Airbus.
First of all, riddle me this: the top 3 execs at MCor, you as CEO, Fintan as CTO, and Deidre as CMO, you all share the same last name, MacCormack.
Yeah.
How are you guys related? And should we assume that MCor is a little bit of a play on your name there?
Yes,